We are now seeing a new generation of mines get up and running that the territorial government has permitted. If we go wrong on those and we end up with environmental legacies equivalent to some of the ones we saw under the federal regime, you've got 35,000 people in the Yukon, and you could use up the whole Yukon's budget yearly budget really quickly if you have to start looking at environmental remediation of a site that's abandoned, or a company goes bankrupt, or something goes seriously wrong. I'm currently working with First Nations. There's a requirement in the agreements to look at land use planning, to try to determine, as residents of the Yukon, what are the best uses for different areas. The free entry system in the current mining regime basically totally co-opts that system. Once you've staked the claim in any area, that's the best first use of that land, no questions asked. Without a dialogue and without changes, you'll see First Nations becoming increasingly frustrated and perhaps having to look at legal recourse to ensure that the rights enshrined in their agreements are actually being looked after and actually being respected. We need to look at notification, working with communities, working with the land use planning process to look at alternative uses, best uses, not just this one default use once the claims are staked. Perhaps looking at areas exempt from staking. The current mining regime, there's a lot of activity in terms of use of explosives, use of heavy equipment that is allowed with very minimal review. I guess we're in a big experiment right now, and hopefully it turns out well, but there's some fairly dodgy stuff out there that may come back and bite us in the ass.